I guess we were practicing, Mr. Cloud. Yeah, I know, man. I thought it was recording. Well, I didn't even know you was trying to record. But, we can tell them what you're doing. Yeah, I know. Well, I was trying to tell you. Well, I was telling you when I thought it was recording, man. What? What was it? Well, remember I was saying I'm just a little tired, and you asked me if I had been sleeping. And I said, yeah, I had slept, and I slept all right. Got up several different times, having to use the bathroom, and then a couple of times. Well, each time I was coming up out of a dream, and I don't even remember what the dreams were, but usually that's what happens. Oh, yeah. And then you were saying something about you got a doctor's appointment. Yeah, I was saying I got to be ready here in about, probably around 6:30. Between 6:30 and 7, the transportation service will be coming. Oh, okay. Oh, it'll be one of them days. You'll get down there, and then you'll have to spend some time down there in Fort Payne for a little while after you get out of your doctor. Because you gotta wait for the transportation service to be ready to pick up all the other people they transport later in the day to bring them home as well. Yeah. Because I'm usually one of the first people they pick up, and then we pick up several other people along the way, and yeah, I'll probably get off out of the transportation van at the hospital because they'll be dropping off 2 people. Well, I'll see when we get there, because if those 2 people get picked up, they get dropped off to go to work there for a little while. And the last time, that's what I did. I went ahead and got off there because my appointment is right there by the hospital. Oh, okay. Well, it's going to be a little cool today, too. Yeah, I know, man. And I don't have a whole lot of money, but I do have a little jar of change, and I got a couple of dollars, I think, on my card. So I should be able to get me something to drink, maybe, and I might take a couple granola bars or something that I got here. But what I'm going to do this morning, I was telling him, Happy Cloud, I'm going to read from Don't Sweat Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. This is number 18. I didn't do one of these yesterday. The only thing I uploaded yesterday was a short video from the ending of the couple that was our guest at church. It wasn't a real long video, but it's like the last thing they did musically. The pastor had asked him to do that. He does the husband is really good at the piano playing, and he does this fast, like I'm talking about, like I don't remember what beats per minute it is, but it's almost like listening to like someone do a blast beat on a drum kit from a grindcore or death metal band. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, some people don't. Anyway, this is number 18, and I like this one. Well, so far, so good. I've said they all resonate with me. I really think they all do some good. Allow yourself to be bored. Imagine that. For many of us, our lives are so filled with stimuli, not to mention responsibilities, that it is almost impossible for us to sit still and do nothing, much less relax, even for a few minutes. A friend of mine said to me, people are no longer human beings. We should be called human doings. I'll take that. Although sometimes it's not. Sometimes it is good. You'll see. Sometimes it is good to just not be doing much of anything. I was first exposed to the idea that occasional boredom can actually be good for me while studying with a therapist in La Conner, Washington, a tiny little town with very little to do. After finishing our first day together, I asked my instructor, what is there to do around here at night? He responded by saying, well, what I'd like you to do is allow yourself to be bored. Do nothing. This is part of your training. At first, I thought he was kidding. Why on earth would I choose to be bored? I asked. He went on to explain that if you allow yourself to be bored, even for an hour or less, and don't fight it, the feelings of boredom will be replaced with feelings of peace. And after a little practice, you'll learn to relax. Much to my surprise, he was absolutely right. At first, I could barely stand it. I was so used to doing something every second that I really struggled to relax. But after a while, I got used to it and have long since learned to enjoy it. I'm not talking about hours of idle time or laziness, but simply learning the art of relaxing and just being rather than doing for a few minutes each day. There isn't a specific technique other than to consciously do nothing. Just sit still, perhaps look out the window and notice your thoughts and feelings. At first, you may get a little anxious, but each day it will get a little easier. The payback is tremendous. Much of our anxiety and inner struggle stems from our busy, overactive minds always needing something to entertain them, something to focus on, and always wondering what's next. While we're eating dinner, we wonder what's for dessert. While eating dessert, we ponder what we should do afterwards. After that evening, it's what should we do this weekend. After we've been out, we walk into the house and immediately turn on the television, put on the phone, pick up the phone, open a book, or start cleaning. It's almost as though we're frightened at the thought of not having something to do, even for a minute. The beauty of doing nothing is that it teaches you to clear your mind and relax. It allows your mind the freedom to not know for a brief period of time. Just like your body, your mind needs an occasional break from its hectic routine. When you allow your mind to take a break, it comes back stronger, sharper, and more focused and creative. When you allow yourself to be bored, it takes an enormous amount of pressure off you to be performing and doing something every second of every day. Now, when either of my two children says to me, "Daddy, I'm bored," I respond by saying, "Great, be bored for a while. It's good for you." Once I say this, they always give up on the idea of me solving their problem. You probably never thought someone would actually suggest that you allow yourself to be bored. I guess there's a first for everything. Yeah, I never really thought of it that way because quite often I find myself saying that to myself, complaining to myself, thinking, I'm bored. And, a lot of times how I'm handling that so-called boredom is spending too much time online. And I don't know if I shared this with you guys on the channel, but I did share on my social medias yesterday or Sunday. I can't remember. I think it was yesterday. Or no, it was Monday. I want to say it was Monday. So I'm consciously trying to maybe not be checking too many notifications during the day, like certain hours of the day. I had a good routine where and I'm still getting up fairly early, and I usually read a little scripture and then decide what I'm going to do for my first video of the day. And, so far, a lot of that turns out to be this don't sweat the small stuff. Yesterday, though, I did fairly well. I started off the day a little bit, and was on X and Facebook a little and all that. But I turned off my phone, and then I was really tired. I went back to sleep for a little while and didn't get back up to around 1, a little after. I didn't sleep the whole time, but I did take, I hadn't really slept that good the night before, so I did relax and get a little bit more. Then I got up and started my day, but I intentionally tried my best not to get on those platforms too much. I spent the waking hours after I finally started, trying to do things here in the physical world, like wash dishes. I talked to friends, talked to my friend that I mentioned about the other day, Alexis, again. I talked to another friend, Chad, in Tennessee for a brief moment. I reached out to another buddy, but it didn't connect. And then by the time before I knew it, I hadn't ate the eggs that I cooked, and while I was talking on the phone, I put those eggs in on a plate, put them in the fridge because I needed to clean my skillet because I was still washing dishes while I was trying to talk. But I had all this stuff going on, and that was fine. But I'm realizing that this reading here is showing me that, you know, when I'm saying to myself or other people, I'm bored, because a lot of times I'll be going over to my neighbors and like I'll say something like that, and then I'm in the right out of my mouth, I will also say, well, like I find myself a lot of times saying, I'm trying to find something to do. And let me say, you probably heard me before say this. I'll say it again. I have plenty I could do on any given minute of any given day, whether it be reading some of the novels I'm into or out of scripture, whether it be meditating, whether it be doing house chores like washing dishes, sweeping or mopping, or walking the dog, cleaning or organizing stuff. Especially, I haven't been, but I need to get to organizing my action figures and all that so I can better just pull them out when I need to and know where all the stuff is a little easier, so I can do more with those because I'm really enjoying it. Although I haven't done anything probably in 5-6 days that was significant in setting up a little scene or something and taking some pictures and telling a little story with them. But, you know, like I said, also, sometimes I have to realize that not everything has to get done in every day. Like as far as some things, sometimes I do have to take the time to not do much of anything. And Monday was kind of like, well, I think Monday was, or anyway. But yesterday I was pretty busy. Once I did get started, like I said, I got up and then I went laid back down at a little after 10. Then didn't get back up till 1 or sometime after. And yeah, I was talking to my friends and stuff, and time got away from me, and I had been planning to take a shower, and I hadn't got a shower yet. And then I found myself almost talking myself out of taking the shower, and then I finally was like, no, man, you need to take a shower. You ain't took one in a couple of days, and you got that appointment in the morning. You know, like if I'm not got a lot to do, and I hadn't done a whole lot, like if I don't take a shower for a few days, it's not that big a deal. But if I know I'm going somewhere and I have done quite a bit, like if I've been really active in the day, then I need to clean my butt. But anyway, I'm sure y'all don't want to hear about all that kind of stuff. Please hit the like button. I meant to say that earlier. I don't know which is best. Maybe I should be, maybe I should be saying it earlier in the video. So maybe, because I don't know how many people actually watch to the end. If you've watched this video all the way to the end, I'm going to ask you if you would comment below and give me a little bit of insight of what you think. And if you have watched to the end and you hadn't hit the like button, please remember to hit the like button. It'll help the channel to go out to more people. And if you ain't subscribed, consider subscribing. I'm not going to twist your arm. I can't anyway. But until next time, Mr. Gray Cloud, I've got that doctor's appointment going on this morning. And like I said, I'll be busy a little bit for the day. I'll be walking around after the appointment in town with not much to do. Like, I don't have a lot of money. I will be able to maybe buy me a drink and something if I want to eat. I don't know. If I think about something I really need and am compelled to maybe ask somebody for a little bit of help, then I will. I have no embarrassment about that. From time to time, I still have to use some of the ways that I learned when I was on the streets. Sometimes you have to ask strangers for help. I get people asking me plenty of times for help, and if I can, I do it. I can't always monetarily help somebody or whatever it is with something physical, but sometimes all the help you need is just someone listening or someone talking to you. I don't know. But I'm going to, going forward, I'm going to try to take what we read today here. I'm going to try to remember that and say, it's all right to be bored sometimes. But like I said, Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. Ditto.